It's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on the topic of the discard. Why have I been discarded by a narcissist? Why have I been abandoned? The relationship seemed so wonderful. We seemed to be hitting it off. Things were going incredible. Things were amazing. We were a perfect match for each other. We were made for each other. Things were blissful. Things were incredible. We hit it off. We had so many laughs. We had so many good times. I learned so much from this person. I hear that quite frequently from the viewers, and it's always a confusion to people why they've been discarded. What does this really mean? Well, one thing I want you to understand, that it was not your fault. You are not inadequate in any way. You are not inadequate in what you bring to a relationship. What you need to understand really is that, in the words of Sam Vadkin, the writer on narcissism and the malignant narcissist, he being a narcissist himself, he has explained the role of narcissist supply as being almost an insatiable need. Insatiable. What does insatiable means? It cannot be satisfied. So if you've encountered a narcissist, oftentimes do you notice a dissatisfaction within them? A incessant need for more items, more money, more people, more organizations, more admiration, more support. Are they extremely needy in this incessant, pervasive, and persistent need for admiration, and to surround themselves with what they perceive as high status people, that are only, worthy, that they're only worthy of being around? It's this insatiable need that drives the narcissist to constantly seek more and greater quality and quantity of supply. So, that can be in the terms of relationships. The narcissist male might have, some long-term relationships, but they might not be there to satisfy quite many of the needs of the people who are involved in their relationship. So those people, will oftentimes stay with a narcissist and really kind of just accept them for who they are, and really tend to go without. They will accept them and say, I understand, this is this person's limitations, and I am not going to get certain needs met. They are not going to be here for me in specific ways, and I accept that. I acknowledge it, and I'm okay with it. And oftentimes those relationships will function quite well. Now, in the discard, basically, what we're seeing is the narcissist has essentially kind of worn out the supply. Things become too predictable to them, when in essence they should be trying to create input, excitement, and add certain solutions to the relationship. However, the narcissist, seeking their incessant source of supply, essentially wants to move on just to another target. And oftentimes they'll juggle sources of supply in order to get these supply needs met. So oftentimes people will experience what it's like to be out with a narcissist and say, it seems like they're constantly eyeing other people, they're goading me, they're looking at the other, a member of the opposite sex right across the room while we're together. This is so infuriating, and this is really a striving for the narcissist to fill that narcissist supply, surrounding themselves with people, organizations that feed into their self-admiration, if you will. So oftentimes it's very difficult, since they have this pervasive need for supply, in a constant source of new supply, increasing amounts of supply, that it makes it very difficult for many of them to really be in a one-on-one relationship. So we see the discard taking place because the narcissist just is not relationship material in this respect. They are just not capable. They do not have the commitment to have empathy. They don't have the ability, but they don't have the commitment ability to be able to understand the needs of their partner and satisfy them. So again, it's not your fault. You are not inadequate. You're not an inadequate person. It's not that you can't, you're not a joy to be with, wonderful to be with, have so much to offer. But sometimes in the mirroring from the narcissist, the victim of narcissist personality disorder will often take a discard to heart and really feel like, you know, I'm miserable, I can't give, I don't deserve to be in a relationship, I'm worthless in relationships, I might as well not even try anymore. So they tend to go and they beat themselves up, when it's really in essence they've just left a narcissist relationship. That's what it was. That's what they're letting go of. The world is going to get better when you go out and you learn this lesson and you realize that there's other wonderful people who can reciprocate in a relationship to you. Maybe you take a lesson learned, you know, you take one for the team, you take a chop on the shoulder, you know, you learn something here, you know, you take a slug in the shoulder, okay, now I know, you know, so much more about the type of people in life and what I truly value and what I truly need, and I've learned such an important lesson. This is a very valuable lesson. Full throttle forward now. I deserve someone who can see me eye to eye, be honest with me, not feel a source of, you know, discontent throughout our relationship, and we can, you know, enjoy each other and still have a sense of adventure, excitement, thrilling, because we're both involved. We both have skin in the game. So in terms of the discard, chalk it up to experience. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. It was just a narcissist personality disordered person who you encountered. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.